Do you think you're good at something? Wrong. There's always going to be a Japanese person who's going to do it much better than you. This is 24 hours Japanese konbini food. With a population of over 14 million people, Tokyo is one of the biggest cities in the world. There's no city that feels as futuristic as Tokyo, and it comes with a cost. It's an incredibly busy city with an insane work culture, and to feed a busy and hungry population, the answer? Convenience stores. And today, I'm going to eat only Japanese convenience store foods for 24 hours. Let's dive in. It's a cold day here in Tokyo, and we are starting off our 24 hours Japanese konbini food in front of Lawson's. Let's go in. So when you walk in, you have this like toiletries, skincare, meds. Like it also kind of acts as a pharmacy, and they're open 24 hours. So if you're sick during the night, you could come to a konbini and get your meds as well. And this is really an all-in-one shop for a lot of people. I'm gonna grab some breakfast because I haven't had anything to eat yet. It's a little cold, so I think I'm gonna grab a warm cup of coffee. I'm gonna get this Craft Bros coffee. They have the cold drinks section as well as a hot drink section. So these are all warm. You have tokucha, you have green tea, rooibos. They even have like 2 different types of green tea depending on how strong the brew is. And that's just dedication. The options, man, it's so crazy. Tamago, some rolled egg omelet. They even have options like bolognese, spaghetti, some carbonara, even some udon and penne and yaki udon and yakisoba. You also have the selections of miso soup. I think I'm gonna start with something a little mild. I wanna try this okra miso soup actually to have with my onigiri. I'm gonna get a spicy palak roe onigiri. So this is called mentaiko, and it's fermented cod roe, katsu sando. I wanna try this dorayaki. That's filled with sweet potato and whipped cream. Looks like a UFO. I want to get a pizza bun. Can I get a pizza bun? Arigatou gozaimasu.
그래? 네.
arigatou gozaimasu.
量が出ます。
arigatou gozaimasu. I started pressing all the buttons, and this lady was like, "Can you do it like this? Kochire, kochire." The Japanese old ladies are just so cute. I just want to squeeze them. But look at this miso soup. Look at this. So much goodness inside. There's like 3 different varieties of seaweed in there, as well as the okra, and you can see kind of like the enoki tops as well, sesame. This is such a healthy looking soup. Honestly, if I kept my eyes closed, I wouldn't be able to tell that this is instant miso soup. So hot. Japanese people like their soup hot, like scalding hot. The water temperature on the soup was 98 degrees. 98. So I'm gonna have it with my onigiri. You can keep it warm by putting on the lid like this too. Japan, living in 2050. Instructions for wrapping onigiri the right way. Just follow the numbers. So that's 1, 2, and 3. You can see that there's 2 layers of plastic. One is for the outer layer, and the another is to separate the rice from the seaweed so that the seaweed is super crispy and it doesn't get damp from the moisture of the rice. Itadakimasu. Inside is a little salty, it's a little bit spicy, but more salty, umami. And I love the little granules that the mentaiko has, like all the little fish eggs screaming like, I was never born. And the rice in Japan, it's almost sweet and subtle. It's not too sticky, it's not too scattered, it's just that perfect consistency. Real good with the miso soup. Sorry. Wait, you can't. I'm talking to Kevin. Tamago time. Of course it's already pre-cut. I forgot. This is Japan. It smells like nothing actually. Oh. It's a little sweet. Super moist. It's not really that eggy. It's more like custardy actually. Korean is much more savory and more charred, whereas the Japanese tamago uses a lot of dashi and sugar and make it sweet and very moist. Meta oishii. I'm just a weeb, deep down in my heart. If you're a lover of food, you fall in love with Japan immediately. If there was a zombie apocalypse and I got locked inside a convenience store, I wouldn't complain. I think I would just entertain myself.
McDonald's a convenience store.
McDonald's or convenience store easily. McDonald's is great, but it's limited, whereas convenience store, you could actually find like good food. It doesn't make you feel shitty afterwards. Like, I would consider this miso soup to be like quite healthy, and like I would love to have some of it like stocked up when I'm too lazy to cook. Katsu sando. Wow. White bread, almost like kraut with a bit of mayonnaise. The katsu looking crispy as ever, and on the bottom is some bulldog sauce. I got stuck. This one, there is definitely a difference between like fresh katsu sando because you can't beat that. It's okay, but not the best. A mega sando. This is the Megatron of sandwiches. With the sweetness of the tamago, with the saltiness of the katsu, it works well. This is actually quite nice. I can see myself living in Japan, coming down to a convenience store, and it's just a paradise for people who live alone because doing things alone is not really looked down on here. I like that. I got very full, so I'm gonna save the torayaki for later. Let's go. Actually, before I leave, I think I'm gonna stock up on a few more snackies so that I can enjoy it in the hotel. Oh, this is my childhood. These like kalbi veggie sticks, so good. I love these. So seaweed flavored potato chips. I want to try this tomato pretzel. Which one do you want, Kevin? This is Kevin's favorite. Sweet potato jerky, because I like sweet potatoes. Green onion flavored senbei, wasabi flavored one. So many options always. I like how they even sell wine like this here. Wilkinson. It's the sparkling water brand from Asahi. Oh, and it's so good. Yuzu tea, and it's really warm. Hi. Hi, ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。Let's head back to the hotel and warm up. Woo. Snack time. These are bath salts. I'll be trying them all strictly for research purposes. I swear. Sparkling water first. One thing amazing about Japanese sparkling water is that no matter what, it will never ever go. Japanese food scientists. Ladylike is a social construct that doesn't exist in my world. Shall we feast? Oh, and I also have this one that I was drinking earlier. It was really good. So it wasn't actually yuzu, it was lemons. The charm about buying heated drinks in Japan is being able to use them as hand warmers. I'm gonna start with the smallest one, the negi senbei. Ta-da! So senbei is a toasted rice cracker. Outside is roasted soy sauce. Mmm, yummy. Oh, you can see a little bit of negi right here. Green onion. I don't get a lot of the green onion notes, but it's a really, really good rice cracker. 7 out of 10. If you say that you were gonna give me some green onion, you better give me some green onion. Tomato pretz. I don't think this is the right way to do it, but we'll pretend it is. A little pretzel ship. What the heck? It tastes so much like a marinara. I feel like I'm downing like a whole Prego sauce in my mouth, and there's no tomato to be seen anywhere. What is this sorcery? It's good. Ah, so scary what they can achieve with junk food. I like it though. It's fun to eat. I like eating it one by one though. It's a little acidic, a little sweet also, and you get a really strong sense of parsley at the end. I don't know how. 6.9 out of 10. I'm gonna try the kalbi next. These I grew up eating so often. Here, take some. Oh right, you're not in Japan with me. Mmm. I haven't had them in so long, but it's on another dimension of crispiness. It's so loud when I crunch on it that all my inner deeper thoughts are just completely muted out. Ah, so good. So these are made with potato starch, and that's how they achieve like this incredibly crispy, like pseudo potato stick. Just the right amount of vegetables to make you feel like, you know, in the realm of junk food, this might not be so bad because fiber. 8 out of 10 because nostalgia always wins. In the realm of pseudo healthy, I'm gonna have these dehydrated sweet potato sticks. Oh, it smells really nice. Smells like sweet potato and autumn. It's really good. It's healthy, it's chewy. It is a little bit dry though. But if I'm in a hurry and I want like a quick and healthy snack to tie me over, this and like 2 soft-boiled eggs on the go. 6.5 out of 10. Let's do the wasabi one now. Very pretty packaging. I already know I love these. So they kind of look like mini bananas roasted in caramel. Kind of looks like a banana Foster actually. And there's also some peanuts in this one. Oh, spicy. It hurts, but in the best way possible. So it's the same rice cracker style as the first one that I ate called a senbei. And this is also made from rice and then puffed up, glazed with soy sauce, laced with wasabi. It's super spicy. It looks small, but it is mighty. And if you have too many at the same time, you're gonna feel like there's fumes coming out of your nostrils like a dragon. So a good alternative for allergen. 7.5 out of 10. I don't know why ASMR channels do this. I just wanted to do it. Nori potato chip. Beautiful. I love the amount of nori that's embedded in to the potato chip. A lot more than I expected. My preschool teacher, his name was David, and he was from Canada, and he was a ginger man. He had a lot of freckles. After the first day of preschool, I apparently went to my mom and asked, do you think teacher David also has freckles on his pee-pee? And this child grew up to be Doobydobap. Whoa. I think I just discovered my favorite potato chip. If you like savory foods, this is gonna be right up your alley. The amount of umami, crazy. Super salty, super seaweedy, crispy but oily at the same time. This is definitely something you need to try when you come to Japan. Cinnamon flavored apples from Aomori, and they're dehydrated apples coated in cinnamon sugar. Splendid is a word I would use. Around October, at the Ithaca Farmers Market where I went to college, this Amish family from Pennsylvania would ride their horse carriages from their apple farm and make cider donuts. That memory is what it tastes like. I'm in Asia, but I have the Amish with me right here. Nori chip, I give it 8.2, and the apple, I'm giving it a high 8.8. I love it that much. Now moving on to the chocolates. The Alfort mini chocolate, and I think it's slightly bourbon flavored. Obviously double packaging and beautifully wrapped because we're in the land of packaging. A sailor ship on top on rough waves. It's a Renaissance painting on a chocolate. I think these are my favorite. It has like both textures. The creamy chocolate as well as the crunchy biscuit. It's like a really good mix of sweet and salty. I love a little saltiness in all of my sweets. I can just finish a whole pack without thinking. 8.6. Macadamia from Meiji. Oh, will you marry me? This does kind of remind me of an airplane meal though. So like this, I'm gonna take the middle piece. As expected, very good. It's like milk chocolate covered macadamia nuts. And it's one whole macadamia that you put in per piece. And macadamia is expensive. It's good. It's really good. But I do like the Alfort mini chocolate better. And this one, I'm giving it a 7. Melty kiss. That was fabulous. I liked that. That was a nice experience. A little note from the Melty Kiss family right here. Until the time is up, let's melt. Whoa. Do what you like together, melty with me. A holiday afternoon, melting into whatever time you want. What shall we do next? Sweet, wrapped in the scent of cacao and caramel. Meiji, melty kiss. Is this an intro to a porno? Are we about to kiss? We keep it PG here at Doobydobap. Melty kiss. The slightly erotic chocolate candy. Oh, it's like a chocolate truffle. It's coated with cacao powder and covered with chocolate ganache. So it's chocolate with a bit more heavy cream. Whoa, look at the cross section on this one. A lot of caramel. I've tried their other ones, I've never tried this one. This one's too much caramel that I don't get any of the chocolate. It's surprisingly disappointing. 6 out of 10. We are gonna go and grab some dinner now at Family Mart or 7-Eleven. See you later, alligators. I had to quickly change because it got so cold. I'm here in front of a 7-Eleven and it's a Sunday night and it's honestly pretty rowdy. I think it's a little bit of a party district where we are. It's like in the heart of Ginza. So a lot of people drinking and then getting some snacks at 7-Eleven. You know what I've been seeing everywhere in the billboards in Tokyo is 0% alcohol. So it's basically gonna be like lemon water, but it looks like and it will taste like alcohol. Lemon sour taste. Oh, the ramen section. I'm glad that I don't live in Japan because this is all I'm gonna eat. I just know. I wanna try a ramen flavor that I can't get in Korea. Curry ramen. This is a pretty classic looking tonkotsu ramen. Let's try this one. I'm also gonna get some spicy pork dumplings as my side. And because I haven't had any vegetables today, I'm going to get this tuna, corn, and veggie salad. I'm gonna get a fried chicken also. This in here. Chopstick section. There we go. 7-Eleven actually surprisingly doesn't have that many places to eat. This is a feast. It tastes like a proper lemon sour, but without the alcohol. It's really refreshing. I like beer. I like lemon sour, ume sour, because I like sour, and highballs. Karaage. So juicy and crunchy. And the breading is perfect too, which is something that I just don't understand how they're able to achieve. And remember, this has been sitting on the counter for a while and it's still super crunchy and warm and really juicy and moist inside. It's so good. I'm gonna heat up my curry ramen. Oh. This one, the spice packet is like already in it. Like instead of being a separate packet, it's already mixed in. And a lot of toppings. That's what I'm realizing with a lot of Japanese ramen is that it's very, very topping heavy. You can see some dehydrated corn, leeks, cabbages, meat, carrots. It's a lot. I'm gonna just let this heat up and I'm gonna put my curry bread on top of my curry ramen. Heating up both at the same time. The filling is really dark. Super strong smell of curry. It's like crunchy but creamy with strong curry paste inside. I like this better than the pizza bread that I got earlier because it's fried and it's curry. Wow, this is seriously so good. It's like spicy, well spiced, intense curry flavor. That's super good. I'm really excited for this curry ramen. It's gorgeous. Oh, broth is really nice. The curry flavor is not as strong as I expected it to be. It's more of like a little bit of curry added to a shio ramen. It's sweet corn. Oh, this is so good. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put the karaage inside so that it absorbs the curry broth and some of the fattiness gets out of the broth. Even better. Wow. The fried chicken batter kind of like absorbs all the ramen broth with the nice curry flavoring. This is a combo you need to try when you visit Japan. It's a cabbage salad. Is there no dressing though? Am I supposed to raw dog this? Maybe dressing is separate. Am I stupid? Dressing is separate, but the counter here closes at 9 o'clock, so we're gonna change locations back to the hotel where I can enjoy it a little bit more leisurely. 2 minutes. I'm gonna eat this in my hotel room. Yes. Almost there. Come on in. This part needs to be blurred because it's very messy. Back in our cozy setup. Oh! Whoa, this looks super proper though. Has like menma, negi, green onion, cashew on top. The noodles look nice. Whoa. Wait, the broth looks super nice. What the heck? This is the sound of good women and ramen. Wow. I'm sorry to say this, but this is better than 40% of the ramen shops out there. I'm shocked. This is shocking. The chashu is definitely on the thinner side. It's on the same like thickness level as a bacon. And the broth is also very mushroomy. It has really strong notes of shiitake. Considering that this is convenience store ramen, I'm so shocked. What I do wish it had though is an ajitama. The soy broiled egg on top. That would have made it bomba bomba. But today we have gyoza on the side, so that will do. It's a big boy. It's a big juicy dumpling. Who's a good little big juicy dumpling?
Me.
Wow. So good. The wrapper is like the perfect consistency also. And it's actually quite spicy from all the chili oil that they've put on top. Oh, again, I think this is another food where if you didn't tell me it came from a microwave in a convenience store, I wouldn't be able to tell if this is restaurant quality or instant food quality. I'm gonna do something probably super illegal, which is put this in the ramen because I think the chili oil will be really nice for it. And I like to see that chili oil just float on top. Hey, food was invented by being experimental. And the filling is really nice. It's pork and chives, and everything is really, really nicely textured. I could imagine myself just grabbing a quick dinner from a convenience store, watching like a Japanese TV show. I love watching Midnight Diner, Shimya Shokudo in Japanese, and Kodoku no Gurume, I think Solitary Gourmet, the translation is. And it was one of the earliest inspirations for me for food content. To be in Japan and trying all these foods, it's been really amazing. I'm actually shocked that dressing is separate. My favorite dressing in the whole wide world, sesame. Super fresh, not soggy at all. Not a lot of people cook, to my understanding, in Japan, especially young people, because with work and, you know, life in general, people don't have time to really go grocery shopping, prepare it, cook it, and do the dishes. So convenience store has become kind of like a one-stop for all, where you can eliminate a lot of the daily chores of life. And I can see it kind of as like a cafeteria for all, especially in Japan. And on that note, oyasumi! I'm gonna grab a final breakfast tomorrow morning, and I'll see you then. Family Mart. I think I'm gonna go for sushi and yakisoba and egg sando. These are gonna be what I go for today. A warm milk tea sounds so good. And I'm gonna get sushi. Minced tuna, natto one, these two, and yaki onigiri. I'm also gonna get a little fish on the side. Ooh, Nobu style. Grilled black cod with miso sauce. Nari. And a beef tender. And can I get 2 yakitoris? The thigh one? 2 would be great. Arigatou gozaimasu. Annyeong doobies! Sorry for the jump scare. I know my hair literally looks like Hagrid, okay? I'm using a new shampoo and it's clearly not working out right now, okay? But just to give a little explanation as to why I'm here. So I got very, very self-conscious in this 7-Eleven because it was very quiet and it was lunchtime and everyone was eating and I really didn't want to disturb their peace. So I thought that it would be best to do a voiceover / a commentary as we're watching this video together, and I can do some supplemental information on what you're seeing on screen. So yeah. Thank you. So the dish I ordered is odeng. It's usually fish cake simmered in dashi broth, but the cut that I've got here is suji, which is beef tendons. And I know it looks a little freaky, but when you simmer it down in warm dashi broth, it takes on this soft, chewy texture. And this was honestly so surprising because I would have never imagined odeng to be sold in a convenience store of all places. And this is a natto maki. Natto is fermented soybeans. The mold that is inoculated on top of the soybeans, it creates this really stringy texture similar to nutritional yeast / blue cheese, but in a good way. It's definitely like an adult flavor and it's really great for helping you poop. The natto one is definitely super slimy, an acquired taste. But personally, as somebody who loves natto and like fermented products, this is right up my alley. A little stinky, but you know it's gonna be good then. And because it's always bulking season, the protein of my choice was grilled miso black cod, and yes, very, very similar to Nobu. I've never been to Nobu, but this was a banger. This was so good, so tender, and all the fish flakes, is that weird to say? It fell apart beautifully, and the miso was like nice and salty and sweet on top, and it was encrusted where the skin was, so it just had so much flavor, and it was fatty. So it was a really nice compliment to have with some of the other dishes that were more lean. The yaki onigiri was good. It wasn't my favorite. I personally prefer the normal onigiri to the yaki one. I love yaki onigiri when it's made at home or in an izakaya setting, but in a convenience store, a lot of that smokiness was lost, but that nice salty, crunchy texture was really fun. There's no filling in the yaki onigiri, it's just grilled. It's definitely missing a little bit of protein, but inside is like glutinous sticky rice, like a little bit of the salty fish with the onigiri, kind of like this on top. It's so good. And this big block here is agedashi tofu. So agedashi tofu is medium silken tofu that's been deep fried and then simmered in dashi broth. And what was really smart, and this is something that I've never seen before, was putting it into the big odeng broth along with other fish cakes. So with that time, the tofu really absorbed all the juices, and by deep frying it, the outer coating loses moisture, allowing therefore to absorb that juicy, nice dashi broth. Who would have thought that they would sell deep fried tofu that's been simmered in dashi broth for hours is sold at convenience stores. Only in Japan. And this interesting little pouch here is mochi kinchaku. So mochi kinchaku is an enari, which is deep fried tofu that's usually braised in soy sauce and sugar and stuffed with a mochi inside. And it almost has like a cheesy consistency because it's like melting. Wow, this is really good. It was something that I've never tried before, and oh my gosh. I think it was one of the most memorable bites that I've had from doing this convenience series. And as for the yakisoba, I really got creative and added my chicken yakitori because it was missing some protein, and it's... what am I gonna say? It's always bulking season, boys. Oh, yakisoba is actually so good. And this yakisoba was exactly what I wanted in yakisoba. It was greasy, it was salty, it was a little sweet, and it had a lot of noodles, so it was like a carb overload. Such a good idea to supplement it with a little bit of yakitori too. I just love how everything tastes so fresh here. I actually prefer the Family Mart egg sando over the 7-Eleven one because it's eggier and creamier, and it just tastes more strongly of the filling. You can't come to Japan without having a convenience store egg salad.